What the duck is up, everyone? Thanks for joining us for another episode. As always, with me, my co-host Garrett.
Hey guys.
Today, we're going to be diving into Moana 2, and the big topic of movie theaters, I feel like lately, is the age of sequels. Are sequels killing Hollywood? Are sequels killing movie theaters? Are we in a dire time right now for movies? We'll dive into that because I feel like it's been a popular topic of discussion amongst the other TikTok content creators.
Mm-hmm.
Before we dive into that, though, is there anything you've been keeping up with lately, Garrett? Arcane.
I have been watching some Arcane. I'm kind of late to it though. I started watching season 1 when season 2 came out. Like season 2 was what kind of like
at least it's only 2 seasons though.
Yeah, yeah. So I can catch up. I'm on episode 2 of season 2 now. So I'm moving on. Honestly, it's only 9 episodes a season, which seems
that's not bad.
Yeah, I was honestly like kind of expecting longer, but
yeah,
I mean I'm not complaining. Like it's very quality. Like honestly, the whole thing is literally like a video game cutscene.
Everyone. Oh, really?
It's like one long. It's like basically they just took one long video game cutscene, but it's like the animation is amazing.
Because of the animation,
yeah, the animation is really good, and I love the story. I don't even play League of Legends, but it's awesome.
It's been a very popular show that I've been seeing going around. Everyone's talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew loves it.
Bro, even
George loves it.
Even freaking Box Lunch, it has Arcane gear you can go buy.
Really?
They had like a sweater and stuff. I was like, dang, bro, I didn't realize it was popping like that.
Yeah, that's right. There was a Box Lunch that just opened up near us, which is clutch because the nearest Box Lunch was like 45 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Box Lunch. It's kind of like Think Geek, how Think Geek was.
Before Think Geek went out of business.
Yeah, why did that go out of business?
I don't know. I feel like Box Lunch bought them over or something.
It's very similar.
I feel like it had to. Because back home, a Box Lunch literally took over the exact same store as Think Geek.
But that was a pretty big Think Geek store as well, from what I've come to learn back home. But I think Think Geek, Think Geek had more like, I don't want to say toys, but the Hasbro Marvel toys and stuff like that.
Like props and shit you can buy.
Yeah, they have a little more props.
I think so.
But I think Box Lunch has like cooler merch.
They're more for merch, definitely.
Yeah.
And I feel like Think Geek didn't even really focus on like certain genres. Like I feel like Think Geek didn't really have like anime, that kind of stuff. I think Box Lunch has more options for that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it be like Pokemon or like, and even like Disney stuff. I don't know. I feel like Think Geek didn't really go super hard with Disney.
Yeah, Box Lunch, I saw a lot of Disney stuff there. Between Nightmare Before Christmas, they had Mickey, Goofy, a lot of.
I think Box Lunch has a wider appeal for people.
Yeah. Plus, they also have the Loungefly backpacks.
That
I
too.
love as well. Yep. All right. Anything else besides Arcane that you've been watching?
I watched 7 for the first time.
Oh shit! Finally.
Yeah. It's funny. Our buddy Arnaldo has a whole DVD / Blu-ray 4K collection, and he's only keeping the Blu-rays and the 4Ks. So he was giving away all his DVDs.
However, I was able to snag Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray.
Yes, he was.
Clutch.
And I'm very jealous. But so he was giving away all the DVDs, and I was like, well, he had a lot of classics that I had never seen before, and they may be in like 720p, but I don't know if they're.
I don't give a fuck about that.
I don't either. I didn't know if they're streaming anywhere, so rather than do all that, I was like, fuck it, give me all the stuff, and now I can watch some classics that I haven't seen before.
He legit had about, I want to say like at least 1,000 physical media copies.
He has so many.
Yeah. Or disc, however you want to call them. He had DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K, steelbooks. But yeah, he had like over 1,000 discs. Just pretty wild.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I feel like my method right now is like, I'm going to watch the ones that I got from him. And if I'm like, okay, this is dope, I'll see if I can find it in like Blu-ray or 4K.
Yeah. I'm only doing steelbook from now on. It's just too cool. And it looks too good.
It does
next to the other steelbooks.
You're only doing steelbooks?
I kind of want to try to. I don't know. I want to try to.
That's a lot, bro.
It's more money.
Oh shit, it's more money.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like they do look awesome.
They look so good.
But honestly, I was even looking at some of the special edition like DVDs that I got. Like the 7 one was like a special edition. It, like you pull it out, it's like the notebook that he would scribble all his thoughts in.
Oh, that's cool. Did you like it?
I did like 7. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 7 is probably my, as of right now, I think like second favorite Fincher.
Okay.
My first is Social Network still. The Social Network.
Social Network's really good.
It's great. I still have yet to watch Zodiac, which I need to watch that.
I've seen Zodiac.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember it like super well, but Zodiac's good.
Yeah. No, 7's great. You finally got to see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box?
Yeah, I didn't understand that reference at all.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey,
he's great.
Yeah,
you know he is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
but
I guess
a great
was perfectly
actor.
casted then.
Yeah, that's true. He's a great actor though.
I didn't even know Morgan Freeman was like a part of it before I watched it.
Yeah, big part.
It was like half the story.
Mm-hmm. Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm sure you didn't know she was in that as well.
Nope, I didn't.
Yeah, she was before Iron Man. She was pretty popular.
Yeah,
and then
as like that female love interest. Yeah,
but I feel like once she entered Iron Man in the MCU, she just
that's all she
Iron
ever
Man
did.
movies,
Yeah.
the Avenger movies,
That's all she needed.
Yeah, that's true. And but before that, she was popular.
She was popular.
I think she has an Oscar win, if I'm not mistaken.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think she has an Oscar win, if I'm not mistaken, for Romeo and Juliet. Is that her? I think so.
I will say some of the deaths in that movie are pretty
wild,
freaking gruesome. Like
yeah.
I appreciate that I didn't have to like witness any of them happen. Like all we ever saw was the aftermath.
Yeah.
But it lets your imagination run wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God.
And I figured you would like that too, going off of, the biblical stuff and like the 7 sins.
Yeah, the 7 deadly sins. Believe me, I was like on Google, like getting into the lore and stuff, like while I was watching
the Bible.
I mean, that to me, the Bible is lore, bro.
Yeah, all this is lore.
It is lore. But oh my God, like, dude, that lust one. Oh
yeah,
that was tough to even think about.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Good movie though.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
What have I been watching? Football? No, just kidding.
I mean,
I haven't watched football.
Honestly, bro, I'm kind of mad that I haven't been able to watch football like I wanted to this season because
you work Sundays.
I know. That was the only way I could get the job.
Yeah, that's true.
They were like, I wouldn't even get an interview unless I said I could work Sundays. And I was like, well, that sucks because I just got NFL Plus for the season. And I feel like I haven't even been able to use it like I wanted to.
I have been watching some holiday movies actually. So I did watch The Holiday for the first time.
Jack Black's Christmas movie? Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
No?
No, a lot of people love it too.
It's kind of funny because Jack Black forgot about his own.
He does.
Seen that?
Yes, I've seen that interview. She's like, "What's your favorite Christmas movie?"
He's like, "It's got to be Elf. It's got to be Elf." I'm so, I like that you were humble there. You didn't pick your own Christmas movie. Do I have a Christmas movie? Oh yes, The Holiday.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of those classic 2000 movies.
Yeah,
but the plot is so ridiculous.
What's the plot?
It's a rom-com. Honestly, bro, the plot of Jurassic Park is more believable.
Seriously?
Than this.
What?
In my
what's the plot?
Okay, so there's Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, Kate Winslet, and Jack Black. So Kate Winslet and Jude Law obviously live in England. Jude Law is Kate Winslet's brother in the movie. And it's a rom-com, and her boss is getting engaged, but keeps on tugging, like keeping Kate Winslet's character around, just like not, how like when someone is not over someone, like Kate Winslet isn't over Jude Law's character.
Yeah. And
she can't really get over the fact that, he is getting engaged or doesn't have like the heart to end things with him. And, her boss knows that and takes advantage of that and just like keeping her around. And then you have Cameron Diaz and Jack Black, who are both live in LA, and they're both mutual friends. And they work in the entertainment industry. Cameron Diaz's character owns a movie trailer company, and Jack Black composes scores for movies, trailers, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And it all just is so... So Cameron Diaz is going through her shit relationship-wise in LA and needs to get away. And so they do a house swap. They find each other online for a house swap. They don't even know each other, but they find each other online for a house swap. So Cameron Diaz takes a vacation to England and stays in Kate Winslet's house, and Kate Winslet takes a vacation to LA and stays in Cameron Diaz's house.
Okay.
And then it just so happens because like they're both taking vacations to not be around men, to just like not, you know, to just be away from their whole crazy relationships. And of course, it's like the story where they end up finding something they're not looking for, and Cameron Diaz finds love with Jude Law, Kate Winslet's brother.
Yeah.
And then like Kate Winslet finds love with Jack Black's character. So it's just like very typical 2000s rom-com, but there's like so many parts in the movie where I'm like, A, this would never happen. B, that doesn't make any sense. C, who's looking after the dog? Kate Winslet leaves her dog. And I don't know. It's just very cheeky.
Very cheesy.
Very cheeky. Yeah.
That.
But it is a Christmas classic to a lot of people.
Interesting.
Yeah. Summer loves it.
I feel like most of the Christmas movies that I watch every year are not rom-coms. Like it's not a romantic Christmas movie.
No, I feel like, you know what? Even though that wasn't my favorite, there should be some more rom-com Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, but nice Christmas rom-com, I feel like will always tug at people's heartstrings. I did rewatch Die Hard the other night.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic.
It's great.
Like I've always liked Die Hard, but it was upon this rewatch where I'm like, yeah, this is a shit. Bruce Willis was a shit.
Bro, he was in his prime.
He was in his prime, and he didn't have like that typical buff action hero physique to him either. Exactly what Michael Scott says.
Just a regular guy.
Just a regular guy. Die Hard was great, and 1000% a Christmas movie. I don't know why anyone would try to argue that it's not a Christmas movie.
Don't get it.
All the facts, all the stats lead to it being a Christmas movie taking place on Christmas Eve at a holiday Christmas party, office Christmas party. And just because it's an action movie doesn't mean there's also Christmas themes in there as well, right? Bruce Willis is coming home for the holidays to try to reconnect with his family and his kids. And that's Christmas written all over it, you know?
Don't get it.
Don't get it. Action was great though.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There's some very like intricate scenes.
Yeah. Also just like very well planned out action scenes among this like heist movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Like they got very creative with that building.
Yeah, they did. And I like that it just takes place in that building. Also the relationship with Bruce Willis and what's his name? He plays Carl in Family Matters.
Oh,
I got it right here. Reginald Vell Johnson.
Yeah.
That relationship, him and Bruce Willis having a movie are fantastic.
No, and I love how many like little details that Die Hard puts in there that come back later.
Yes.
Like obviously the shoe one being a big one.
Yeah, the most obvious one. But again, that's like, I feel like, you know, sometimes Hollywood kind of moved away from that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
where you got rewarded for paying attention.
Right. And even though it's not like the hardest thing to figure out, but it still gives the audience
a satisfaction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It leaves the audience very satisfied.
Like if you can predict, like if you see something happening and you're like, oh shit, he doesn't have shoes. And then you see it happen, you're like, dang, I'm smart, bro.
Right. You know, and
look at me figuring stuff out.
What viewer doesn't want to feel smart?
Exactly.
Great action movie, man. Honestly, I might need to rewatch it before Christmas ends because it's fantastic. All right. Well, I feel like we've been yapping enough.
Yeah, we've been yapping plenty.
Let's talk about Moana 2. A movie that I don't think any of us were expecting to get this early. Considering that they are also currently filming a live action Moana.
Yeah.
Did you see pictures of that?
Yeah.
Do you think The Rock's muscle suit is necessary for the live action Moana?
I mean, I don't dislike it.
I don't dislike it as much as I thought I would.
If they're going for like exaggerated features like Maui has, because like Maui, my God, like every single part of him is like, it's like he has thighs for arms.
Right.
You know, he's like just a very thick dude.
I mean, yeah, The Rock's a huge dude.
Yeah, he's already big, but
I think
Maui's like he's not like ripped big. He's
like Samoan big.
Yeah, he's like Samoan big, where he's like still super strong, but he's just like kind of thicker. And so I don't know. Maybe that's just the look they're trying to get out of The Rock by doing that. But
I think it works, actually.
I think it works. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Clearly got to give him a full head of hair, too.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, obviously we weren't expecting to get Moana 2 this early. But my God, that doesn't matter for the fans because Moana 2 tops best Thanksgiving ever, opens to a record 225 million in the US and 389 million globally. I think it's already crossed 400 million. Which puts it in the top 10 highest grossing movies this year, which is a whole nother discussion about sequels. It also is the biggest 5-day debut in history for an animated film, which is shocking considering we saw Inside Out 2 this past summer just become the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
Yeah, honestly, you saying that, I'm like, Jesus, are we like breaking a record every time a new movie comes out? Because it's honestly kind of annoying at this point. I'm like, are the standards that low? Or I don't know.
I think it's a whole nother discussion. We'll get into that.
All right.
Thanksgiving revenue came in north of 425 million for 5 days between Moana 2, Gladiator 2, and Wicked, which is the most domestically for any Thanksgiving weekend. Previous record was Thanksgiving 2018 at 318 million. So it like destroyed this previous record. And yeah, let's talk about that. Is this new age of like live action remakes and sequels, is that going to be the downfall of cinema?
I mean, it's very possible if they don't keep coming up with original ideas.
Here's the thing, though. I think it's a double-edged sword because at the same time, we want people in movie theaters.
Yeah.
And we want movie theaters to make money so that they can stay alive. And it's clear what's making them money. It's the sequels. It's not particularly like some of the live actions made a hell of a lot of money, like The Lion King, Aladdin, making over $1 billion. But I think it's a double-edged sword because,
don't get me wrong. I don't think when they first started doing the live actions, I wasn't really mad at it. I was like, I think that was even in something Walt Disney wrote down. Like he was like, he wanted these movies to be remade, whether to hang on to the copyright or, but it was supposedly so that people could keep experiencing this. Like people could keep re-experiencing these characters every generation. So it's like and the first ones that started coming out, they were good. I enjoyed them. But now it's like Moana didn't come out like that long ago.
Right. It only came out in 2016.
Yeah, I'm like, and we're already on a live action Moana, like,
and the fact that the Moana 2 just came out this
year. Came out. I'm like, why are we doing Moana the live action like right after the sequel to Moana came out?
And here's the thing about the sequel discussion too is I know a lot of people like to complain about sequels. Even me, I've been a victim of complaining about sequels. But at the same time, it's like you look at all your favorite franchises, they all lead into sequels. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, which Lord of the Rings was already there and was set in stone that it was going to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
Your favorite horror franchises all led into sequels.
Okay, but I feel like a lot of the good ones with sequels are ones that are already planned out. The first ones are made with the intention of getting this story continued.
Right.
Versus Moana and, a lot of these like princess stories are, here's our, story from beginning to end, put it out there, see how they like it. And it's like, oh, they want more. Let's come up with a story for a sequel.
What about legacy sequel? We've seen some great legacy sequels as well.
Yeah.
With Top Gun Maverick. And
okay, again though, I feel like but
that's a great example of like wanting to tell that story and technology being able to catch up with time as well. Because it's no secret that the technological advancement that we've had since the original Top Gun was pretty necessary for Top Gun Maverick, and it makes it 10 times better experience in theaters. Even like movies, the Avatar movies wouldn't be happening if we didn't have this, technological advancement.
I mean, Avatar, that's another one, though, that was always created with the intention of a sequel. They just
took forever.
Yeah. That was all.
Because right now, the top 10 highest grossing movies this year are all sequels for the first time ever. So at number 10, you have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And number 9, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Moana 2 already knocked out Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I think Gladiator 2 will eventually do the same as well. 8, Beetlejuice. 7, Venom the Last Dance. 6, Kung Fu Panda. 5, Godzilla Kong. 4, Dune Part 2. 3, Despicable Me. 2, Deadpool and Wolverine. And 1, Inside Out 2. And I think an outlier here is definitely Dune Part 2 because that was always the intention.
Yeah, it was always supposed to be one whole story.
Yeah.
But still.
But it's no secret what's bringing people to movie theaters.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I think it's a double-edged sword because what do we want? We want people going to the theaters.
Yeah. Movie I saw today, empty.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
like there was literally like maybe 6 other people.
And don't get me wrong, I definitely want to be an advocate for people seeing more original movies and for theaters to have more original movies. But I don't think sequels are the bigger problem here. I think it's streaming because everything is so accessible for everyone. They just think that they can just wait till everything is on streaming.
At the end of the day, like that is really what's killing movie theaters.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's streaming. And I'm not going to lie. On top of that, I also think it's movie ticket prices.
Oh, I know. I was talking about that today, actually.
Yeah.
I was going to go see it yesterday with a friend and $17.
Yeah.
$17.
$17 for Moana 2.
Because like me, I'm not giving it any second thought because I have the Regal Pass.
Right.
And I can go see as many as I want. And I was like, oh, 50 cents for my convenience fee, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, and I wanted someone to come with me. $17.
Yeah. $17.
And I'm like,
it's crazy.
I'm like, that's actually not that easy of a pill to swallow. Today it was $7 because of Movie Tuesdays. A lot of movie theaters do that. They do specials on Tuesdays, but who goes to the theaters on Tuesday?
A lot of people got work. A lot of people got kids to take care of, school. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It changes location to location. It got me curious. I was looking at other theaters.
AMC
so
was like $14.
And even
Cinemark?
No, Epic Theaters was like $11.50.
Why is Regal so much?
I don't know. And I was looking at other Regal locations. Lowest I found like in this area was $15.
Interesting. Because some people even pay upwards to like $20 a ticket in other states, like big cities.
It's wild.
It's wild.
No, that's what's killing movie theaters.
Yeah, and based off inflation, it has increased way more than it should have. Because I think back in 2004, 2005, we have ticket stubs of like $5 movie tickets, which means based off of the inflation rate, it should be at like, I think it was almost $11.
Yeah.
Like based off of inflation.
Like 10, 11.
Yeah. But it's $15 to $17. And that's not even an IMAX.
Makes no sense.
IMAX is like $23 before tax.
It's ridiculous, man.
So, I mean, we just had the highest grossing Thanksgiving week ever. But in terms of like, box office sales throughout the year, I don't think it's, the sequels and the live action remakes that are really killing movie theaters.
No,
I think it's streaming and
it's streaming in the movie theaters themselves. Yeah. And I mean, I remember talking to someone who has a family and, movie theater used to be the cheap option for a family outing. It was like $5 a ticket, perhaps even less for kids.
Right. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. So you could easily get the entire family in there for like $20. And then snacks and stuff, say you spend another $20. It's like the snacks and stuff aren't cheap, but still, that's another $20 for snacks for everybody. And that's a $40 outing. Now it's like $50 just to get in.
Yeah.
That's if you did $17 a person, that's 17, like 36, and then let's say kids
like
kids
10.
tickets is another 15 for 2 kids.
Yeah.
And there you go. Now you're at $50,
Before
and I guarantee,
snacks.
and that's before snacks. I guarantee you spend at least another 30 on snacks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild.
So yeah, people will wait till it comes out
I know. Yeah.
on streaming.
Because now everything will just come to a streaming app within the next month, which is crazy.
All right, let's actually get into Moana now.
Okay. Moana 2. What did you think of the sequel?
My first thoughts, pretty average.
Yeah, for sure. It was just pretty uninteresting story, in my opinion.
I didn't like the story. A lot of it seemed forced, and it kind of came out of nowhere.
Right. So I noticed too that each scene felt very quick.
Yeah.
And I just rewatched the first Moana today, and it was able to take its time with its characters and stay in one location for an extended period of time to give us a sense of like this world and what, the land kind of means to these characters as well. But Moana 2, each scene just happens very quickly.
And also in the first one, I remember you like stay with Moana a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like she's the main character and everything, but like in the new one, you're jumping to Maui and like seeing other stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
It's not as Moana focused like it should be.
Yeah, well, Moana 2 originally began as a long form limited streaming series for Disney Plus.
What?
Yeah.
What is with the freaking...
So before it was reworked into a theatrical sequel by February 2024, they had confirmed that it was going to be a limited series and was reworked into a movie.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why would you do... That doesn't make sense.
And I guess you can kind of feel that throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Because there's points in the movie where we like never go back to some characters. Like the one scene that they have in... What is it? The cave with that lady?
Yeah. Like
villain?
the bat lady?
Yeah, the bat lady.
She ended up not even being a villain.
Yeah. And we never revisit that or end up really finding out what happens to her or who she really is.
I mean, did you stay for the mid-credit scene?
No.
Oh, well, she comes back for that.
Why the fuck do I have to stay for a mid-credit scene?
I don't know, but there's a mid-credit
Okay, well, tell me what happens.
Basically, so like the god that they just beat.
Yeah.
What was it? Nalo or something? I think his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's her talking to that god and claiming that she's like, I have no idea how they got past me, even though she's the one who helped them.
Right.
So she's basically just like lying to the god. And then also, you remember the crab dude from the first one?
Yeah.
He comes in as well.
Oh.
And yeah, I kind of forget what he says, but
it's funny. When I was rewatching the first one today, and I just had the credits rolling because I was just doing stuff. The crab came back for a mid-credit scene, and he was like, "Oh, if my name was Sebastian, if I was a cute little crab and my name was Sebastian, you would have flipped me over on my stomach by now."
Yeah,
like the Sebastian and Little Mermaid. Mm-hmm. Which I noticed they do have a few meta jokes.
I didn't like the fourth wall breaking
with the butt
Maui.
dial.
With Maui.
Yeah. And Maui does that in the first one too.
He did it twice.
Yeah, he does it twice. But he also does it in the first one because that kind of pissed me off when I went to go see Moana 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, these jokes feel really cheap.
Yeah.
But when I went back and rewatched the first Moana.
What did he say in the first one?
He doesn't, it's only one. He goes, he writes an autograph with the chicken.
Yeah.
Hey, and he goes, we call that a tweet.
That's very small though. Yeah.
But
I feel like that's a very quick comment.
It's quick, and it also doesn't try to explain itself as to where the butt dial one, he's like, that'll make sense in 2,000 years.
Didn't like that.
Yeah. So it definitely feels cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just never go back and touch up on some characters that I guess I would have liked to have known what the point of their character really was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like, is she a villain or not?
Yeah,
Was the bat lady a villain or not?
I don't think she's supposed to be. They like set her up to be one.
Yeah.
And then like it changed very quickly.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, everything seems to happen pretty quickly. I think it definitely picks up a bit in the second half. Like,
Yeah.
all right, it's starting to get a little more interesting.
However, I feel like the villain, like the god that they're trying to beat, like I feel like that lost a lot of emotion with it, like that triumph over the villain in this movie. Because in the first one, like my God, it was like a whole connected story. Like the whole reason that their island is dying is because of Maui, and so she was finding Maui because this was his responsibility as the person who like cursed the island, and then. Tafiti ended up being the lava monster.
Yeah.
And whatever. It was just a very connected story.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel it just felt a lot more personal. And also Maui's character. I didn't like his character in this one.
You think his character kind of took a back turn?
Regressed. Yeah. I was like, what was the whole point of the character growth in the first one? And he's like kind of being back to his like arrogant, brash self again. Like I get that that's never going to like totally leave him.
Yeah.
But even when it came to Moana, like he acted like he was trying to act like he didn't care about Moana, like he didn't need her. I'm like, didn't they develop like a true friendship in that first one? I'm like, why is he talking about her like this?
Because it does take place, from what I read, 3 years after the events of the first Moana.
And still, like, even then, it's like, y'all, like, saved the whole ocean and, like, all the islands together. It's like, that's not a meaningful friendship. I don't know. Just, it felt weird that he would regress like that.
I think what an interesting sequel could have been for Moana 2 is, now that after the events of the first Moana, she has to come back. She has restored, farming and all the food that was dying there. That's all restored and everything.
Yeah.
But now she has to take on the responsibility of being the leader.
Well, yes, but like her whole thing is being on the ocean, and like her new purpose in life is to be a wayfinder and go voyaging. That was like her whole point in the first one, was to become a voyager.
Right. But how'd the second one start off? Was she going to become a voyager again?
She was trying to find, she was just trying to find people. Like she was trying to use her new voyaging skills to reunite their people that got separated when this island got sank.
Okay. Also, when they did end up when Maui ended up pulling up the island, they came very quickly.
What do you mean?
Like when they called out
the people,
yes. I'm like, bruh, this...
I would have preferred if like nobody showed up and you just had that optimism that people would now be able to connect again.
Because people came very quickly. I'm like,
I was like, were they already on the water?
Yeah, I was like, this didn't seem very far away.
No.
How could you not find them then?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, even with the channels like disconnected, I'm like, you're telling me if you like went out there and you just kept sailing, you would never come across these people? You would never find their island? This is the only way that you're going to be able to find them?
And this is just based off of like how quickly they were able to find the island again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea is that like the current is supposed to take you right to it. Like you don't even have to try. Like that's how they were able to be so connected. It's like, it's just like the perfect way system to get there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but a lot of it felt like lazy writing in this.
Yeah. I mean, then again, it was supposed to be a TV series.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Because it was supposed to be a TV series, did you notice like any dip in the quality of animation? Or let me ask you this. What auditorium did you see it in? Was it like a pretty big screen?
Yeah.
Did it fill out the screen?
No.
Did it not?
It didn't.
And neither did mine.
Now that I think about it, yeah.
And now
I noticed that when I was watching it, I was like, there's like blank screen over there.
Yes.
And over here.
Yes. Which made it also feel less cinematic. And I'm like, this is supposed to be for a TV screen. Because when I was watching it, I noticed that as well. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's just this auditorium because it is a pretty big screen, pretty wide. And there was, blocks on each side. I'm like, I really wonder if it's just this auditorium. So now I'm glad that I asked you.
Well,
and it did not.
I was in auditorium 10.
I think I was too.
You probably were too.
I think I was too.
So we had the same thing. But still.
So I'm asking all other audience members, did it fill out your theater screen?
Yeah.
Because if it didn't, that's interesting.
Also, when I was watching this, did it feel like the facial expressions of our characters just like weren't as believable? I don't know. I didn't feel the same emotion out of their faces that I did in the first one.
I just don't.
I don't know. This one just lacked emotion.
Yeah, I don't think the voice acting was as good.
Especially from The Rock. The Rock's felt very forced.
But again, I also feel like you barely see Maui. Also, there was hardly any songs.
The singing, there was like a couple songs that I liked, and then the rest of it was there was a lot of rapping. Like a lot of very fast word. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, it's kind of weird you say that because Lin-Manuel Miranda was not the writer for any songs on this one. He was for the first Moana.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's been saying it's pretty clear that you can notice the loss of Lin-Manuel Miranda music-wise in the second Moana.
There was a lot of rapping. Like it was very fast-paced.
Oh, interesting.
Singing.
Yeah, the songs weren't as good as the first one.
No. First ones were catchy, bro.
First ones were catchy.
Bro, even like the "You're Welcome" made me be like, damn, The Rock can sing. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Lin-Manuel made people think The Rock can sing. It's crazy.
What can I say except you're welcome?
They're very catchy though.
It's
and
so
I loved how
it told a story.
It told a story and how they led into the song.
Yeah.
Very organic.
Very organic. This one, it just like,
you could kind of
might as well start singing.
Yeah.
Just like kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. You can kind of tell when they were about to start singing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love the grandma in the first one as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know we see her spirit,
but
in the
obviously
second one,
not as much.
Yeah, but it just like the first one, she's great in it.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're
welcome. What did you think of her little sister?
Very cute.
She's cute.
She was adorable. Speaking of adorable, I know you don't like Wicked, but you cannot deny that the little girl in Wicked is the cutest little girl ever. The little girl in the wheelchair.
Little girl? She's like a freaking near-grown woman. What are you talking about?
No. When they were doing the flashbacks.
Oh, in the flashbacks.
And Elphaba was like,
yeah.
Do you want to hear a story? And she's like, yeah.
I can't picture her in my head.
Oh my God, it is the cutest thing ever. And she is winning over everyone's hearts. And her delivery of that.
Yeah.
So cute. It's so funny because you could hear everyone in the theater just be like, oh.
Mine was silent, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
The two showings I was in was not.
Two?
I went and saw it twice. And I would see it a third time. Relax.
You need to relax.
No, I thought her little sister was cute though.
It's cute.
Very cute. I like the crew that she had to take this time as well. I mean, I just like Moana, her as a character a lot.
Yeah. When that dude started like telling the history, remember how she found, I thought it was very strange at first when she found that like ceramic bowl or whatever and it had the carving on it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've never seen this before. It's not from our tribe. Like, I have no idea what this is. And she was just like very amazed by it because she had no information about it. And then like, I thought it was very weird how this dude was like, oh yeah, I did some digging in our archives, like found these paintings. And then he like, from the paintings, he like knew the whole story. I was like, how is this motherfucker? Like, how does he know everything?
Do you think that's just was like lazy writing? Or?
Yeah, at first I was like lazy writing, but like as I watched more, I was like, okay, wait, like history is kind of this guy's thing.
Yeah, it is.
And then also I understood that the paintings ended up, or the what do you call them? The tapestries or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up kind of being like their books, because remember when the coconut dudes Remember, they were communicating with him.
Yes.
They were communicating through like the tapestry style art. So I was like, okay, maybe that's their history records. Well, he was just reading the records.
Even in the first one, when the grandma was telling the story in the beginning and like the tapestry fell of like all the monsters, it is kind of like their way of reading history.
Yeah.
You know?
So I thought that was strange at first. I was like, how is he getting all this from just these pictures? But
you know what? I do like the little coconut dudes in this movie.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're funny.
That little dude that got stuck with them was awesome.
Yeah. He was funny. I'm glad we got to see more of them.
Yeah.
And they're paralyzing.
The paralyzing agent comes from a blobfish.
That whole little coconut village was just they were funny.
I'd take like a Minions type sequel with those guys.
Oh shit.
I feel like that'd be cool.
That would be funny.
Right?
But they don't talk, do they?
No.
But do they need to?
I don't think they do.
Charlie Chaplin-esque. That would be funny. I'd watch that.
I'd watch that. I think those guys are funny.
I think that has potential.
I think so.
Or it's like, what happened to like, you can make a Pixar. You know how Pixar would do shorts?
Pixar shorts, yeah.
Do a Disney short.
You could do Disney shorts
of those coconut fellas.
Like a Disney shorts show, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like little 10-minute episodes.
Oh, yeah. It's easily something they could put on Disney Plus, just like how Disney Plus put out the Baby Grogu show.
Yeah.
They could easily do something with those coconuts. That'd be fun. I'd watch that.
I think that'd be cool.
I think that has potential.
Yeah, get me on Disney's payroll, bro.
Another question that people have been asking is, when was the last great Disney sequel? Now we've had Inside Out 2 recently, Moana 2. I think Inside Out 2 was better, but again, I don't think Inside Out 2 was like great. It was good.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was great. Frozen 2, again, I think it was good.
Not great. Damn, we going all the way back to Toy Story 2?
I knew you were going to bring out Toy Story. I mean, I think a lot of people have been going back to Toy Story 2.
Really?
Yeah, as the last great Disney sequel. Now, if you want to count Toy Story 3 in there as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the second sequel.
Like the second movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it might date back to Toy Story 2. And a lot of people don't realize too, there was a lot of sequels that were straight to DVD. Yeah. Straight to home video.
Yeah.
Disney used to crank those out for their sequels.
What about Incredibles 2?
Not the greatest in my opinion either.
Good, not great. Yeah.
Good, not great. Yeah. Again, Finding Dory. Good, not great.
Good, not great, yeah.
You know, there's been a lot of good but not great.
Yeah.
Disney sequels.
I see what you mean.
Right. But I mean, yeah, there used to be so many. In the 2000s, there were so many direct to home video sequels like The Return of Jafar, Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea, Mulan 2, Tarzan 2, Tarzan and Jane. I'm sure most people haven't even seen these movies. I know it's not a sequel, technically a prequel. Even Monsters University. Good, not great.
Yeah, good, not great. And it's a prequel.
Yeah. So is Toy Story 2 the last great Disney sequel?
It's possible.
It's very possible. And I think Toy Story 2 is the best in the whole franchise. I think it's better than 3.
I think 3 is better.
Toy Story 2, baby.
3.
2.
Lotso's a hell of a villain, bro.
I just love overall Toy Story 2 the best. I also think it's the funniest.
You get
and you get more Woody lore too. And you get Zurg. You get a great opening scene with the Zurg video game.
Yeah, that part's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You get Michael Keaton in the third one. He plays Ken.
That's a good point. That was a good scene. And it's crazy that Toy Story 2 almost didn't happen.
Really?
Oh, someone like accidentally deleted.
Oh, I did hear about this.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like they almost just like didn't make it.
Well, they made it, but it almost got ruined.
That's crazy, bro.
And I think it was going to be straight to home video once again, but I think it just tested so well.
Yeah, I was like, Toy Story 2, like, come on.
Toy Story 2 is peak.
And it was so popular at the time. Like, Toy Story itself is just so popular.
You know, it is really shocking that there was so many straight to home video sequels, even though the originals were so popular.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you want to test the market in the
theaters?
theaters?
It's interesting. Like Tarzan, Lion King, all of those were straight to home videos. And I'm like, that's very interesting. Seeing how Disney is now with how they're like, oh yeah, let's just make a quick $1 billion here with this sequel.
Yeah.
But once the 2010s happened, they're like, all right, actually, you know what? Sequels probably can make us a shit ton of money at the theaters.
Let's put it in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say though, Moana 2 was disappointing.
Yeah, first one's definitely way better.
It's way better.
Songs are more catchy. Story is better. Voice acting's better.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just feels more grand.
Feels more genuine.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, this one, to me, I genuinely just feel like everything was so forced.
Interesting.
Like, the story was forced. The acting was forced. The relationship between Maui and Moana were forced.
Right.
I was like, none of this feels real.
No, I see what you mean. But it's still going to make a shit ton of money.
Yes, it will.
It sure will.
Kids are going to drag their parents to the theaters to go see it.
I mean, I don't have no problem with that. Like, let kids have fun with their movies, clearly. We're just
I know, but come on, let's make some classics for the kids that they can go back and watch in 20 years and be like, dang, this is just as good as I remember it.
You're not wrong, because we got those.
We do.
Monsters
we can go back and watch Monsters Inc. and still bust out laughing at that shit.
Bust out laughing. I can go on YouTube and watch the last scene and bust out in tears.
That too.
You throw that football again, you throw that football again, I'll bust out in tears. White chicks.
Yes, I understood the reference.
Shit. Finding Nemo. Go back and watch that.
Yeah.
Just as good. It's so funny because you say that like we can go back and watch them and they're just as good. If anything,
they're better.
They're better now.
Yeah.
As an adult.
Because we can understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can relate more.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell. Eventually, when we have kids, they're going to hit even more. It's just going to get better over time.
It honestly is.
It's just crazy to think about.
I'm going to like keep my kids from watching the new stuff that comes out and just give them my childhood growing up.
Or you feed them the new stuff so that their
expectations
are lower.
Then but they're going to notice the animation difference. They will notice that.
It stayed pretty,
if you show them Moana and then you show them the first Toy Story.
Okay, first Toy Story, yes. I mean, that's the first fucking Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually not.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
What, did you see Andrew fucking with Alex?
He said it was a Bug's Life. He's like, common misconception.
Yeah.
And honestly, he had me for a second because I didn't know my Disney facts like that.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, nope, no fucking way.
You got me, bro.
That's funny. Yeah, they'll notice the animation difference if you go back that far for sure. Even A Bug's Life, like, it's not the best. But once you get to Finding Nemo, The Incredibles,
even Monsters Inc., like, it's still pretty good.
Yeah. I think once you hit the 2000s, they don't really notice it that well. I mean, even
kids don't pay that close of attention.
No, I mean, WALL-E looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
So, if anything, I think animation might look better.
Good.
Because they might cut corners these days.
They might.
You know?
I mean, I feel like animation hasn't cut like too much corners.
Because you keep the formula.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's essentially, I don't think it's going to get worse, but it could stay the same.
Yeah. And obviously, we're seeing right now a lot of studios try to be experimental with animation as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's still plenty of Pixar movies back in the 2000s that just look gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna show my kids movies and like not tell them what year it comes out. Because if you tell a kid that something came out like 40 years ago, they're gonna be like, I don't want to watch that. They're gonna, say they don't care.
I know. I feel like even our friend, like some people just have something out against old movies.
Yeah,
and they won't watch old movies. They're like, it doesn't look good to them, so they just find it to be like not be a good movie.
See, but here's the nice part though, is like you show your kid anything from like 2000 on, I feel like the quality is still gonna be there. Like if you have like a 4K copy of Pirates of the Caribbean, they're not gonna be able to distinguish that from something that came out like a year or two ago.
Trick question. That is one franchise they have not
There's no 4K?
There's no 4K.
All right, even Blu-ray though.
Yeah.
Blu-ray still looks great.
Yeah, there's no wait, or maybe no. Jaden was telling me maybe they have, or maybe they tried it with Blu-ray. It's like one of those franchises where they've tried,
and it's weird,
and it doesn't look as good as other 4Ks.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if it was 4K or Blu-ray, but Pirates was one where they tried to reissue that in 4K, and it just didn't look as good, I think.
Huh.
But that's our review of Moana 2. What would you give it on Letterboxd?
Give it like 2.5.
That's what I gave it.
Yeah.
It's just a very average sequel.
Very average movie.
Very average movie. But, you know.
Also, is Moana like a demigod now? Like,
yeah.
I saw that. I was very confused. I was like,
Uh-huh.
did she just like get Maui's powers? But then Maui got
his powers
He got
back
his powers back. So I was like, okay,
very quickly.
No. Yeah, but like very quickly.
He always, you know what? And I think that
would
would
have been a good sacrifice.
Yeah.
And it would have been like a change of character for Maui.
Yes.
I'm like, God, man, like nothing changed. Everything's the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would have definitely been a good sacrifice for Maui's character.
I think that would have been cool. Maybe, you know, take down his ego a bit.
Yep.
And then in the next movie, we could see him like getting used to being human again.
Uh-huh. And then maybe he goes on an adventure to get his powers back, but has to go through all those obstacles as a human. Let us cook,
Just
man.
ruined a whole story right there.
Let us cook.
It's like, God, they don't want any character development.
Yeah. No, because you know why? It's because that doesn't sell toys. That doesn't sell.
You can still sell Maui toys, bro.
Completely agree. No, I totally agree. But I'm saying, you know, say a kid sees Maui, loses his powers. Now he doesn't want to play with Maui. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm thinking like a businessman.
Kids got to learn to move on, man. Dude, you'll make more money from a good story in the movie theaters than selling Maui toys.
Boom. I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's all about storytelling at the end of the day.
I swear, bro.
But
get us in the writer's room. This is ridiculous.
I don't even think we have to write. Just let us spit some ideas.
Right?
You know?
Like, just get me in the building.
Yeah, get us in the building. All right, that's going to do it for this review of Moana 2. Thank you, as always, if you have made it this far. Make sure to give us a rating and review on Letterboxd. Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving holiday and many more holidays to come. Did Hanukkah happen?
No, dude. That happens like around Christmas.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Have a great Hanukkah.
And also, it's over like the course of
8 days.
Yeah, 8 days.
Yeah. So, yeah, still got Hanukkah, still got Christmas.
Yeah.
Still got
New Year's. Still got Valentine's in February.
Fuck Valentine's Day.
Why?
It's just stupid.
Why? It's like your anniversary all over again?
No. I don't know. It's just pointless.
Why is it pointless?
Like, you could do that.
I think it was literally created by Hallmark. So
yeah, it was.
But yeah.
It's stupid to me.
It is kind of stupid.
You can do a Valentine's Day any time of the year if you really wanted to.
True, but if you say that and you never make a day for it,
right,
it won't happen.
Correct.
But isn't that the point? But to me, it's like, isn't that the point of an anniversary?
Exactly.
You're celebrating your love
for
each other, and like that day is special to you both.
Exactly.
And then Valentine's is just like celebrating everybody's love on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Feels cheap.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But it's just a time that restaurants can put good deals out there.
Or maybe I'm just cheap and I don't want to go out another time. But
well, that's what the restaurants have good deals usually.
That's true.
So it's just an excuse for everyone to make money.
I remember CBK had a good deal.
They did. They had a great deal.
Yeah, you come in, you got like
it was like $50.
It was like $50. You each got a pizza, you got an appetizer to share, and I think you got a dessert to share.
Yeah, and if you want to, you can add a bottle of wine for like $12.
Yeah, and it didn't have to be a pizza. I think there was like a short list
pasta,
of entrees you
salad.
could do. It's a good deal.
Good deal.
And you could even upgrade for the $60 one where you got like the specialty items.
Yeah.
Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal. But anyways, yes, it's a busy time of the year right now.
We're not a paid sponsorship by CBK. We just used to work there.
Yeah. I do miss their food.
Yeah.
But busy time of the year. So if there is any lack of content or episodes in the near future, it is just a busy time. I'm going to be out of town at one point as well.
Mm-hmm.
A few times actually.
Yeah.
For Christmas and then upcoming vacations. So bear with us, but it is the busiest time of the year, and
and I'm possibly moving during all this.
Oh my God, that's right. And Garrett's moving on top of all this. So just bear with us, and we really appreciate your support through these busy times. But stick with us, man.
Yeah.
Come next year. Come the new year. I'm ready to fucking attack it, baby.
I'm
ready to attack it. And if you want any extra bonus episodes, make sure to check out our Patreon as well. As always, with my co-host Garrett. See you next time on Duck Takes.
See you guys.